What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Chargers before we play against them. Um, should be a pretty damn good game, Sunday night game against them. We both have some injuries, so it kind of is what it is. I mean, at this point in the year, teams are going to have injuries. Dolphins have dealt with it all year, so have the Chargers. We've probably gotten a little worse, but still. Justin Herbert versus Tua, that's going to be a thing back and forth, whether we like it or not. Pretty much their whole careers. They're always going to be compared to each other. Joe Burrow is also sometimes going to be in that discussion, but it's mostly going to be the two because the Dolphins did pass up on Herbert to take Tua. So they're always going to be compared. It just is what it is. But both teams seem to have their guy, and I'm happy with what we've got, and I'm sure they are too. That being said, they are a pretty damn good team. They throw the ball very well. They can score a lot of points quickly. And they throw the ball very efficiently. Even, Keenan Allen might not be the guy he once was. He's very injury prone. Joshua Palmer is actually their leading receiver this year, which is surprising. And Austin Eckler is actually their second leading receiver. He was a very good player. He's got 500 yards, over 500 yards rushing, almost 600. Then, another almost 600 yards receiving. So he's been very effective. They use him in a lot of different ways. Mike Williams has also been pretty solid. DeAndre Carter. Even Gerald Everett, their tight end, gets a lot of love. Keenan Allen really isn't that dude. He's still a very talented player. By no means is he a bad player. He's still a very, very talented guy and one of the better route runners in the league. But he isn't what he was. But he also doesn't need to be. They throw the ball to a lot of different guys, and they utilize that well. And they are a very efficient offense. Now, just as a running team, they're not super dangerous in that regard. Austin Eckler is pretty good. Their offensive line, as far as running the football, isn't the best, though. They're a little bit better in pass protection than they are in run blocking, in my opinion. The Dolphins stop the run pretty well. It's mostly going to be us versus Herbert, and Herbert can run on us a little bit. He's not quite like the athletes that we face, like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields or anything crazy like that, but he definitely can hurt you a little bit. They do have some offensive linemen I think we could take advantage of. Jamari Salyer, the rookie from Georgia. I think it's weird that they have him starting at tackle. I've seen him more as a guard at the NFL level. I think we could probably take advantage of his feet. And overall, I don't think their offensive line is really anything that insane. So I do want to try to take advantage of that a little bit. Defensively, they've got a pretty solid defense. They defend the pass pretty damn well. They have some pretty good DBs. They can definitely rush the passer on you too. Khalil Mack might not be getting the numbers that he once did, but he's still a really solid player. They still got Kyle Van Noy, who's a very solid player. They got guys that can really rush the passer very well, and they do like to mix things up too schematically. But we've faced a lot of that throughout the year. I think Tua will be fine, and they are a team that will give up some yards in the run game. So I think we should try to make that a focus. Passing the ball is the strength of our team. So I don't mind that being the focus. But I don't want to just abandon Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert. I do want to make them a big part of the game plan. That way the Chargers can't just tee off on Tua. I think that was a big problem with the Chargers game is not the Chargers, but the 49ers game is we did abandon the run, and that just allowed those pass rushers to just pin their ears back and just tee off on our injured offensive line. I would like to avoid that this week. And moving forward, I really want to try to establish some sort of run game. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just enough to make it a threat, to make those RPOs and play actions that we'd like to do, actually worth doing. So that's kind of my thought there. But it should be a pretty damn good game. They match up pretty well to us. So, yeah. Two really good teams about to clash. And we'll have to see who comes out on top. I don't really have anything bad to say against the Chargers. I really don't. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.